4 semi-automatic espresso machine between $500 and $700. Two different philosophies. Barista control on one side or assisted convenience on the other. Does a 58mm portafilter really make a difference? Can automation compete with the manual barista skills? And most importantly, which one will frustrate you and which one will transform your mornings? I've measured what matters: TDS, extraction time, temperature, noise. Stick around until the end. The winner might change depending here on your profile. Welcome to Cafelista. My name is Colin. As you know, we are a small channel, and here my opinion and my reviews are 100% independent. Our testing protocol: freshly roasted specialty coffee, 18 grams in for 40 grams out, and we measured TDS with a refractometer, extraction time, milk temperature, noise with a professional sound meter, so you will know everything that's important. One key point before we continue: even with assistance features, like this machine for example, these are espresso machines. So even with the most automated ones, for good results, a scale and a timer are strongly recommended. Yes, the assistant helps, but it's your settings that makes really here the difference. So it's something to remember. And by the way, all the links and the current prices are in the description. Don't hesitate to check them out. I chose the best 4 semi-automatic espresso machine on the market, and here are our 4 competitors. First, we have the Breville Barista Express. Of course, and this is the category reference for over 10 years. 54mm portafilter. We have a 16 gram settings with internal adjustments for the grinder. Highly visible central pressure gauge. 23 pounds, around 10 kilos for the machines. It's the school of control and learning. This proven over time. The KitchenAid Semi-Automatic. It's interesting. It's like a premium positioning. We have a professional grade 58mm portafilter. 15 grind settings with an expandable internal range. We have a refined metal chassis for around 23 pounds, 23.6, so a little bit more than 10 kilos. The Ninja Luxe Café, this is the most tech forward, it's also heavier. We have a 54mm portafilter, 25 grind settings, an integrated scale that does this by weight. We have the Barista Assist guidance, so we will talk a little bit more about that. And a machine that can make drip coffee, cold brew function, so a modern coffee station look. The goal here: simplify your life. And the last one, the De'Longhi Specialista Arte Evo. This is the most compact machine, a little bit less than 20 pounds, 9.75 kilograms, 51mm portafilter, 8 grind settings. This is a clean and guided workflow, a rapid cold brew mode, and a complete accessory kit. It's the simplest to approach with the shortest adjustment range. Let's start with the quality of the construction, interface, and the noise. The Breville Barista Express here is solid. The body is made in brushed stainless steel. As we mentioned, 23 pounds on the scale, so when you sit down, it doesn't move. It has that industrial, almost raw look that clearly says, I'm a workhorse machine. As for the design, it's starting, I think, to date a little bit. It's still okay, but nothing really serious. It remains functional. We have some plastic elements inside, but nothing shocking at this price point. And most importantly, it's proven itself. We have thousands and thousands of reports. This is a reliable machine. So as you saw, it goes up to 75 decibels, so that's quite loud, and it's a machine that can wake up a lot of people in the morning. The KitchenAid now is clearly the premium, I think, of the group. It has a high quality metal body, 23.6 pounds. It is available in the brand's signature color, so we have here a lot of choice. It's a machine designed to be displayed, I think not hidden. The finish is really impeccable. Small negative point, we have some internal plastic components, like inside the portafilter, for example, and also in the ring on the machine for inserting the portafilter. But overall, it's very solid. It's a nice machine. The interface is really clear. Now, a pleasant surprise here, the noise. It peaks at 66 decibels, which is quite muffled. The frequency is low, and this is pretty quiet for a coffee grinder. The Ninja Luxe Café here is a little bit different. It adopts a modern aesthetics, mixed of a stainless steel and lots of plastic. It really looks like a coffee station. It's heavier because it integrates also more system, more electronics. We have lots of plastic here, the dosing funnel, for example, some element here on the machine, but it's a pretty nice design for what it's doing. Another nice surprise here for the noise level. I'll let you hear now. So it peaks around 65-66 decibels, similar to the KitchenAid. It is pretty quiet. Now let's move on to the De'Longhi Specialista. So the De'Longhi Specialista Arte Evo is a compact, pretty stylish machine with metal and plastic body that gives a pretty good first impression. It weighs 21 pounds, less than 10 kilos, so this is the lightest machine, and this is also the most compact. But in terms of finish, we also have a lot of plastic here. I really like the design, but the shiny stainless steel and stainless plastic makes it very prone to showing marks, so it's a machine that gets dirty extremely fast. Fingerprints, coffee, it's not super easy to clean. Now the noise, let's hear that. So it goes up to 70-71 decibels. It's quite close to the Sage in the sound signature. It's not particularly pleasant and it's quite loud. Final verdict for the construction. For me, the KitchenAid wins this category with its premium finish and silence operation. The Breville is a very good second with its proven robustness. Ninja has a specific look, and De'Longhi, it's nice, but it's also a lot of plastic. For the quieter operation, we have a special mention here to Ninja and KitchenAid. Breville and De'Longhi are more high pitch and makes more noise. So if you need something really silent for the morning, you should take that into consideration. If this video helps you navigate this complicated market, please leave a like. It helps us tremendously. And if you don't want to miss our upcoming test or coffee guides, you can subscribe. Thanks a lot. We're on YouTube and that really helps us. And now let's talk more about the interface, the workflow and the accessories. The Breville here is the classic manual barista workflow. We have a large central pressure gauge here. It's kind of like your teacher. When the needle rises too fast, your grind is too fine. If it doesn't go up enough, your grind will be too coarse. So here we have a real-time feedback. You can adjust the grind. There is a side knob here. After that, you can choose the dose with this button. You can level, you can temp with that temper. And this one is not really good. I would advise you to get a new one if you have this machine. So it's engaging, it's manual, it's educational. You are the craftsman, so every step depends on you. The interface is clear, it's well made. As I said before, it's functional. So here a great point from this machine. KitchenAid follows the same manual philosophy with a superior comfort. We have a really clear interface. We also have a pressure gauge here. Something really interesting, we have a flat base portafilter. The spouts are inverted, creating a stable surface for temping directly on the counter. And yes, it really helps for the peg prep, especially if you're starting. It's a machine with a smart dosing technology. It's a time grinding system aiming for consistency. Once you've got the right dose, you can reproduce that every time by just pressing the button. So that's working really good. So if you like control with a little bit more comfort, this premium version, I think, is a great machine. The Ninja now, so it takes the opposite path. We have maximum guidance with this machine. Its barista assist system holds your hand. So you add bean in the coffee hopper and then it suggests a grind settings. It automatically grinds the exact dose thanks to its integrated scale. So there is no approximation here. It provides also an assisted temper. Even with the milk, we have an automatic system with a dual froth system. So you place the pitcher, it textures by itself. For a perfect latte every morning without thinking and without knowing exactly what to do, it's remarkably effective. Of course, there is a trade-off. You will lose control. If something's off, it's hard to manually adjust. And as we'll see after in the coffee extraction quality, it works, but not all the time. Now, the De'Longhi Specialista Arte Evo. It's an interesting machine because it kind of combines the two ideas, some sort of hybrid. It offers a clean guided workflow, so we have a large also central pressure gauge. We can select between 4 presets: Espresso, Americano, cold brew, hot water. The dosing funnel attaches to the portafilter to avoid mess, and that works pretty well. We have a separate temping station, so we have all the accessories needed. It is designed to be tidy and less intimidating. But here the real problem is we have 8 grind settings. You might feel boxed in pretty fast. So, workflow verdict. I think for learning with the feedback, the Breville is the best. For the same kind of control with the premium comfort, I think I would go with the KitchenAid. To delegate and simplify, the Ninja. And De'Longhi seeks balance, but its technical limitation can frustrate a little bit. Okay, now let's see the espresso quality, the grinder and the extraction. So we are the heart of what matters, the coffee quality. Does this machine makes good espresso? And it starts with the grinder. It's most of the time the bottleneck on those machines. So let's see how it works on those 4 competitors. First, with our Breville Barista Express, as I mentioned, it has 16 settings, but we can adjust also the burrs internally. It is functional. The gaps between clicks or sometimes a little bit wide, especially for light roast. But it's not really a limitation when you're starting. If you use medium to medium dark blends, it works very well. We achieved beautiful extraction here, TDS of 10–11%. I was able to find the chocolate notes that I really appreciate with this type of coffee. The KitchenAids offer 15 external settings. It's a little bit different here. It's in the front with a 7 internal adjustments. So we have a 58mm portafilter. So same logic here as Breville. We have a very decent adjustment range. We have a really good result in the cup. With this coffee, I really find the sweet side. We also have a beautiful crema. So here, a great shot. Nothing to complain about. Now, the Luxe Café. So we have 25 settings. We have a 54mm portafilter. It's kind of special. But the real advantage of this machine is that integrated scales. It grinds by weight, not by time, and it eliminates one of the biggest source of inconsistency when you're starting out. But here, there is sometimes also a problem of consistency and regularity. It can be really good for some espresso, and sometimes it could drift into a slightly longer extraction. But for daily use, without any knowledge, we still get beautiful results. Let's look at the coffee quality on the De'Longhi Specialista. As we mentioned, 8 grind settings, 51mm portafilter. The idea here is to simplify things for beginner. And it works, but sometimes we end up with something that's quite limited. So of course, between each click, the gap is huge. Sometimes you're stuck between an under-extracted and sour or over-extracted. The solution for me was using this machine as a single dosing mode. I weighed my coffee and I just put the right amount in the grinder. This way I can adjust my dose to hit the right extraction time. So it works, but it also removes what makes that machine great for beginners. So ultimately, an espresso that can be pretty decent with coffees that are not too difficult to extract. Medium to medium dark. I wouldn't try light roast with this one. And this is also ideal if you don't change coffee too often. And by the way, if you want to master your settings and progress cup by cup, I've created a free guide on the espresso extraction. Links is in the description. It's free. You can go check it out and download it. Verdict on the extraction and the coffee quality. For me, the best espresso is made with the KitchenAid and the Breville. Ninja is decent, a little bit below, and De'Longhi is okay also and easier to extract roast, but it's more limited. Now let's look at the steam wand and the milk system. So espresso is good, of course, and it's the foundation for everything else, but it's not everything. So the steam wand quality here is crucial if we want to make a great cappuccino, for example. The 3 upcoming machines here have a more traditional manual steam wand. It requires practice, but it opens the door to latte art and to a total control on the texture of your milk. The Breville Barista Express has a single hole wand that works pretty well, but it's regularly criticized for being a little bit slow and underpowered. And yes, it can take a little bit of time. But you will get there. So it takes more time than the other machine, so it's acceptable, but it's nothing extraordinary. And also keep in mind that the milk burns really quickly here on the wand, but it's not all bad. Something that's really good and that's really the best on this machine is the articulation of the steam wand. You can really place your milk pitcher fairly easily. The KitchenAid now is in the same category. So it's the same idea as the Breville, but it's a little bit faster. It works well and more powerful, but we don't have the same type of articulation. It doesn't move as good as the Breville. Now the De'Longhi, and it's a really good surprise here. It has the more performant one of the whole. It's a little bit less articulated also for positioning the pitcher, but it's much more powerful. We have a foam that forms pretty quickly, also a single hole, and the vortex forms well. So this is a real success here. And it's also cool touch. That means you can touch it after and the milk won't burn on the wand. The Luxe Café is alone again. It's in its category of its own here. We have a dual froth system that is fully automatic. You place your milk pitcher under the wand, you press the button, and the machine does everything. It heats, texture, creates foam, so it's completely hands-free. You can also go manual if you switch to that position. It is convenient, but it also adds another risk of malfunction. But for someone who wants a perfect cappuccino every morning without learning the technique, it's unbeatable. The compromise, you will lose a little bit control, of course, and the texture is less fine than manually obtained. But still, it works pretty well. The verdict for the milk and the steam wand. So for the absolute ease of use, of course, is the Ninja. It is the clear winner here. For the manual performance, the De'Longhi is great, KitchenAid right after, followed by the Breville last. It works okay, but it's a bit slow. Let's talk now about maintenance and longevity. If we look now at the maintenance and longevity, so Breville here, it's the oldest machine. It's the one with the most experience, the most history. The maintenance is adapted to your water, so you will have a descaling program, backflushing, grinder cleaning. You can remove the bean hopper. It is a machine that can last over time and parts are fairly easy to find. The KitchenAid inspires confidence. We also have less insight. Of course, it's a new machine and it has the same kind of maintenance program as the Breville. The Ninja here, so it's also a new model, like 1 year on the market, but it has much more electronic. So it is something that you should keep in mind. Be sure also to use a water that is filtered. It's really important to avoid any kind of scale. The De'Longhi here is pleasant to use, except the fact that it gets dirty pretty fast. But it has also a descaling light. We have a full maintenance cleaning. We have a descaling program to run every 2 to 4 months. The drip tray is a little bit small, but again, nothing too bad. One issue here, grinder access for deep cleaning is less practical because we can't remove it. So the maintenance verdict, Breville would be the safest choice. KitchenAid seems pretty solid. Ninja and De'Longhi require maybe a little bit more attention to maintenance. A mini buying guide. Which one should you buy? For absolute ease of use, the Ninja wins with its integrated scale, guidance. It's the simplest to live with. If your priority is the simplicity, if you want great drinks without really knowing anything, this is the best choice, knowing this limitation in terms of consistency. De'Longhi attracts with its formats, clean workflow with the manual, but the grinder with 8 settings limit flexibility if you like varying coffee. If you want to learn and keep hands on your settings and get the best espresso possible, you should go with the Breville or the KitchenAid. The KitchenAid has the same type of control. It's a little bit more design and a 58mm portafilter. It's a machine that also makes less noise. Before concluding, let's quickly talk about 3 other machines that's worth having on your radar. The Meraki, it's a newcomer from crowdfunding. We have a dual boiler, a silent pump, integrated scales, a quality grinder. So it's a huge leap in terms of performance and features. If your budget allows, it's a beautiful machine. The Philips Barista Brew, it is positioned between Breville and Ninja. It's a semi-manual but with some intelligent heads. It doesn't have the track record or the reputation of machine in this comparison, but it could be worth a look. Now we also have the Krups, the semi-automatic. Krups trying to make a place in this segment. Some interesting feedback on the machine. It's still quite new, but it could be an option to consider. And of course, you also have all the other Breville models with more automation. The Express Impress, the Touch Impress, Oracle Jet, the new dual boiler. And actually, I'm preparing a big comparison on the best Breville machines, so subscribe so you don't miss it. The final verdict, my recommendation here. So for pure espresso, I think for me the match is between the Breville and the KitchenAid. Breville remains the safe bet to start with 10 years and proof, huge community, great results in the cup. KitchenAid is also a really good machine. We have great design and great system. The Ninja works if you really don't want to learn anything. We have pretty decent results, a little bit of limitation that we need to know before buying it, but it's also a great choice. And if you have little space and you rarely change coffee and accept a little bit of reduced adjustment margin, the De'Longhi could work, knowing also its limitation. And I'm curious to know, which one of this machine would you choose? Do you have any of these ones? Which one do you think is the best? Thanks for watching if you're still with me right now. If you liked this video, I really advise you watching the one that's coming here. I'm pretty sure you will love it. Now I hope things are a little bit clearer for you and you would know which machine to choose from. I hope you have a good day. I'll see you next week on Cafe Lista. Ciao.